All right, my friend, stop scrolling for a moment. I need you to hear this. In the noise of your life, between the notifications and the never-ending to-do lists, there is a message for you so profound, so personal, that it has echoed across 2,000 years just to find you in this exact moment. You see, Jesus Christ didn't just come to save us for the hereafter. He came to teach us how to live in the here and now. He left behind a blueprint for a life of radical peace and unshakable purpose. But we've often dressed it in religious language and placed it on a distant shelf. Today, we're taking it down, dusting it off, and letting it speak directly to the ache in your soul, to the quiet questions you ask in the dark. This is not about ritual. This is about reality. This is You Must Hear This. 3 life lessons Jesus left for you. And if you're ready to see your life transformed, stick around and let's journey together. Don't forget to subscribe to Following Jesus Daily for more truth that meets you right where you are. Consider the human heart, that universal chamber of worries. It is an archetypal furnace, constantly burning with anxieties about tomorrow, what you will eat, what you will wear, how you will pay that bill, what they will think of you. This anxiety is the default setting of a world divorced from its creator, a soul trying to control a narrative it was never meant to author. You feel it, that tightness in your chest, the mental loop that plays a horror film of potential futures. Jesus steps directly into this storm of the human psyche and speaks a word that is less a gentle suggestion and more a revolutionary command. Do not worry. He points to the birds of the air, archetypes of God's provision, who do not sow or reap yet are fed. He asks the haunting psychological question, can any one of you, by worrying, add a single hour to your life? The answer, of course, is a resounding no. Worry subtracts. It steals joy, peace, and present moment awareness. Jesus is not preaching ignorance or irresponsibility. He is performing divine heart surgery, transplanting a spirit of lack with a spirit of sonship. But seek first his kingdom and his righteousness, he says in Matthew 6:33, and all these things will be given to you as well. The lesson is this: your primary occupation is not to manage your anxieties, but to fix your gaze on your Father's faithfulness. When your identity is rooted in being a cared-for child of God, the energy once spent on worry is freed for worship and meaningful work. Your value is not tied to your provision, but to his pronouncement over you. Beloved. Now shift your gaze to another universal human wound, the hunger for validation, the aching need to be seen, approved, and applauded. We are performers on a stage, crafting our image, curating our lives for the applause of the crowd. This is the archetype of the Pharisee, the one who prays loudly on the street corner, whose righteousness is a costume worn for an audience. Jesus dismantles this entire economy of ego with a radical, hidden alternative. Be careful not to practice your righteousness in front of others, to be seen by them, he warns in Matthew 6:1. He instructs that when you give, your left hand should not know what your right hand is doing. When you pray, go into your inner room, close the door, and pray to your Father who is unseen. This is a seismic shift from external performance to internal integrity. He is inviting you into a secret life with God, a hidden place where your motives are purified and your worth is confirmed not by the fickle praise of people, but by the perfect knowledge of God. Think of the widow with her 2 mites in Mark 12. In the world's eyes, her contribution was negligible, a performance nobody would applaud. But in the hidden economy of heaven, Jesus saw the archetype of ultimate surrender. She, out of her poverty, put in everything, all she had to live on. The lesson here is devastating to the ego, but liberating for the soul. Your faith is not a performance for people. It is a private conversation with God. The most powerful spiritual work is often done in the shadows, in the quiet inner room of a heart that seeks only His well done. Are you exhausted from performing? Jesus offers you rest in the secret place where you are fully known and fully loved. No audience required. We arrive now at the most counterintuitive, most revolutionary of all His lessons, one that cuts against every fiber of our self-protective nature. It is the law of the echo in the spiritual realm, the archetypal principle of sowing and reaping applied to the human heart. You have heard it said, an eye for an eye, a primal justice that demands balance through retaliation. But Jesus speaks a higher calculus, a divine physics. You have heard that it was said, love your neighbor and hate your enemy. But I tell you, love your enemies and pray for those who persecute you. Matthew 5:43-44. This is not a call to be a passive doormat. It is a call to be an active force of supernatural grace. He points to the very character of God, who causes His sun to rise on the evil and the good. The natural heart, when wounded, contracts. It builds walls, harbors bitterness, and plans revenge. This bitterness becomes a poison you drink, hoping the other person will die. Jesus offers the antidote: intentional, proactive love. Pray for them. Bless them. This breaks the chain of reaction. It transforms you from a prisoner of someone else's wrongdoing into a free agent of God's kingdom. You disarm the evil done to you by refusing to pass it on. You become a conduit of a different kind of power, the power of the cross, where Christ prayed for His persecutors. The lesson is this: your spiritual authority is not demonstrated in how you crush your enemies, but in how you creatively love them. By doing so, you declare that their hate does not define you. God's love does. You prove yourself to be a true child of your Father in heaven. Who is that person who comes immediately to your mind? That wound that still feels fresh? Jesus is whispering to you now. Pray for them, bless them, and watch the prison door of your own heart swing open. So here they stand, these three pillars for a life that cannot be shaken. First, the lesson of the heart. Trade your anxiety for audacious trust in a Father who knows what you need. Second, the lesson of the hidden life. Abandon the exhausting performance for the rich intimacy of a secret room with God. And third, the lesson of the echo. Break the chains of retaliation with the liberating force of intentional, prayerful love. This is the architecture of the kingdom of heaven, and it is built within you. This is the path walked by Christ, and He left clear footprints for you to follow. It is a path that leads away from the fragile, self-constructed kingdoms of worry, image, and revenge, and into the unshakable reality of God's reign. The question that now hangs in the air, tender and urgent, is this: which of these lessons is echoing in the chambers of your soul today? Is it the frantic voice of worry that needs to be silenced by the gentle reminder of the sparrows? Is it the tired actor in you that needs to step off the stage and into the Father's embrace? Or is it the hardened, wounded place that needs the miraculous surgery of praying for the one who caused the pain? Jesus did not leave these as abstract ideas. He left them as living words, bread for your journey, keys to your prison. They are an invitation not just to believe, but to live differently, right now. The door to that life is open. Will you take the first step through it?